Enticing is what I try and do. Yes. So, yes, we'll obviously, it's in the name. And what you see is what you get. I think we're confident that others will feel that they've been abandoned. And this is the thing, both the Labour Party no longer represent the working class. We're the party of the workers. That's quite clear. That's why Lee Anderson has joined us. The Tories have essentially become socialists, high tax, high regulation, nanny state, no growth, now in the longest recession per person since records began. People are furious. People are giving up. And people really are genuinely concerned about what is going on, whether it's on our streets, people feeling fearful, particularly the Jewish community, whether it's what's going on in our schools, the cost of net zero. You've just had the Energy Minister there today talking about the new gas power plants. Because of the madness of net zero, in the last week, we are reliant on 16% of our electricity from overseas because of the huge obsession with net zero that's costing us tens of billions every year and is exposing us to serious energy risk of blackouts.
So I'm interested to just dive in a bit deeper there of the party identity, because you said the Labour Party doesn't represent the working class, and a lot of people would perhaps frame you as to the right of the Conservatives. And I didn't know if you think you're left or right and who you're appealing to.
Common sense, that's who we are, the common sense party.
Well, let's touch on this a little bit, because yesterday Beth Rigby tried to ask Lee Anderson about his principles and allegiances. You've had 24 hours to think about the answer. You know, he has been Labour, he has been Conservative, now he's Reform. I think it's a fair question to say, is your party a party of principle, or is it just happy to go with the lowest common denominator to get a seat?
Lee is absolutely a man of principle, which is why when those two parties...
His principles.
But his principles is standing up for his constituents on strong on law and order, making work pay, controlling immigration, and stopping the madness of net zero that's making his constituents poorer and colder. That's a very strong principle. But the truth is, the Labour Party and the Tories, they've moved so far away from where they were 20 years ago, it's unrecognisable. And that's why politics is shifting so significantly.
Think they've both moved to the left?
Yes, absolutely. The Labour Party have just sort of moved into a sort of a woke zone that previously didn't exist. They can't even define what a woman is, for heaven's sake. And the Conservative Party have moved to a form of socialism with high taxes, high regulation, nanny state. So, yeah, there's been a significant shift in the political scene, and that's why we're now soaring in the polls and the Tories are sinking.
Soaring, maybe not rising, still not above.
You have to be an optimist in politics.
Yeah, well, it's fair enough.